And now back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic and your host, Bobby Likis.
Let's go to Ralph. Ralph, welcome to Bobby Likis Car Clinic. Thanks for holding.
Hello, Mr. Likis. Thank you for taking my call.
Ralph, Bobby, thank you, please.
All right, Bobby. Bobby, I have a 2011 Subaru. It's an all-wheel drive vehicle, and I'm looking to do a brake job on it. I'm a backyard mechanic, and I've tinkered around with front-wheel drive Hondas and Toyotas. Is an all-wheel drive vehicle difficult to do a brake job on? Is it any different from an front-wheel drive vehicle?
No. If you're capable and you're familiar with the cleaning process and the fluid where you have to press the piston back into the piston for the caliper. Now, granted, the front, well, yeah, there could be trick there. I'll take that back. My concern, Ralph, for you is that while the front replacement of disc brakes is one thing, if the parking brake is located on the rear caliper, the parking brake can be a problematic. Also, for instance, say a Mustang. When you take the caliper off of a Mustang, the piston has to be screwed back in, and you have to turn that piston to screw it back in to make room for the new thick pads, because as the piston goes out, it screws out to reach to take the place of the wear of the pad. So what I would do if I were you is I would, if you're going to do the work on this car, I would get not an owner's manual, because you've got an owner's manual. I would get a professional repair manual for that car, and then it would be, because not only do you have this question on the brakes, you're going to have other questions on electronics and fuses and other things that are simple fixes if you just had the road map. You see where I'm going there? So I don't.
Yes, I do, Bob.
I don't think you should take the brakes apart because once you get it apart and you got a problem, now you're stuck, and I don't want you to get stuck. So I think you should do due diligence. I'm glad you called me before you dove off that what could be a cliff, because there's Subarus are their own dogs. I mean, there's no question, like Audis, and even the car that I drive, you have to put the car that I drive in repair shop mode before you can take the rear brakes off, because they're electronically, the brakes are electronic. The parking brake is electronic. And so I use it all the time at a stoplight. The hold feature on Lexus is electronic. So you get to and you can push a button to where it's engaged all the time. And when you come to a stoplight, and once the computer sees that you've got your foot on the brake and the car has come to a complete stop, and it measures everything, it says, okay, we're at a stoplight. Boop. Then you can take your foot off the brake, because the hold factor electronically applies the brake. Well, if you want to do a brake job and you take the wheel off that car, you're in trouble now. So do your due diligence, and don't do it online. Order you a repair shop manual for that automobile if you intend to do work on it yourself. You got it?
Thank you, Bobby. That's great advice.
Thank you, Ralph. You're more than welcome. Okay, let's take another call. 888 Car Clinic, 888.